Hello everyone, welcome back to Roses in Houston Garden. Today we are going to make the last video of 2024 and let's check out what roses are blooming on this very last week of the year. Today is December 29, 2024. It is so hard to believe that the year has come to the end, right? And today it looks so sunny. The weather feels like springtime, not cold at all. The sun started to come out, and the crazy thing was yesterday in the southeast Houston, there's actually a tornado landing not too far from here, maybe about 20-25 minutes away. That was so crazy. Feel so bad for the people and the houses that got hit. The weather has been so unpredictable this year, so really grateful for being safe for sure, and I hope that the people who got hit by that tornado will recover. And I know it must be very hard. This year has not been easy for a lot of people, that's for sure, when it comes to weather and a lot of challenging things in life. And meet this guardian of the garden. Isn't she beautiful? We just went out on a very peaceful walk, and lately she has not eaten flowers, which is a great thing. She is busy doing her own thing, so we are going to take a look at this beauty right here. And as I thought that everything's coming to the stage where everything is going to rest, but look at this. This is my favorite, Crazy Love. Looks like there's a spider inside. Is that a spider? Yeah, that looks like a type of spider or insect. No, it's not a spider, it's just an insect. So this is Crazy Love. This bloom looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at the shape, the colors, and everything is just perfect. Look at the outside petals and the colors, inwards. There are quite a few more buds. Oh, I just broke this bud. Oh shoot, because the way it grows kind of going facing that way, so I'm not going to touch the rest. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one that I just broke. And they are, poor thing. Okay, let's see. So yes, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here on this stem right here, and there are, looks like 2 or 3 or 4 more. This one right here, more this way. Isn't that sweet to discover more buds and blooms even at the end of December? As much as how challenging the weather has been, the weather is like going up and down, up and down. The warm weather and the rain really helps these blooms to last longer and new growths to also sprout. There's more right there as well. And there's new growths there. And be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video As far as the audio part, it will be kind of quiet towards the end because I'm going to put together photos of roses from the beginning of the year as to do like a year in review kind of things. And if I can, and if I have enough time, I will include the name of the roses for each photo as well, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And that's how we are going to wrap up the year. And this is Earth Angel. Still have a few beauty right there. There's more of Crazy Love and that tiny bloom of Earth Angel. Also, I can't believe next year it is going to be my 5th year growing roses. When I first started, I just couldn't have enough patience to wait for these roses to grow and mature. And 4 years just went by. While it felt like long in the meantime, but then looking back, oh my goodness, the journey has been almost 5 years. It will be 5 years next spring. And I just share on the blog, which I'm going to include the link, but if in case I forget, you can go to rosesinhouston.com. in the blog section. That's where I share what I have learned in my 5 years of growing roses. So there may be some information that could be helpful for you, especially if you have just started out. And this is Distant Drums. It has many beautiful new growths sprouting all over the place, and along with some blooms too. And I think next year I'm going to change up a little bit of my rose care routine, which you will definitely have to stay tuned for that one. I did mention in that blog post what roses I ended up losing this year, along with what I added and what I plan to add next spring. There's many more that I would like to add, but of course I don't want to get to a point where I add too much and don't have enough time to care for them. This is Belinda's Blush. This rose stays pretty compact for me, and I think part of it is maybe this area doesn't get enough sunlight during the second part of the year. It still blooms pretty well though, but I lost 2 or 3 roses in the area, which I'm going to have to dig out. And then I don't think I'm going to plant new roses in this area because of no sun. My plan is, this lady, she just decided to lay down there. My plan is to move Sweet Mademoiselle into that sunny area on that side because she doesn't get enough sun. She would do much better on the other side and bloom more that way. So looks like we are going to have more blooms from Princess Charlene de Monaco, kind of dropping foliages because it was so cold for a while, and they think these roses may be confused because, like I said, the fluctuation in temperature kind of make them think, okay, maybe it's time to go dormant, and then the next day is warm again, so they not sure what to do, whether they should put out new growths and bloom or just go to rest. So it gets more and more interesting each year. And I have to say that for the past 5 years, I say 4, yes, because next year will be the 5th. Each year the weather, the temperature, the climate is not the same at all, like 5 different 4 different years, 4 different type of weather. And this is Evelyn. It has some beautiful buds, a lot of black spot. Oh, there's more buds there. This one, I don't know if it has a lot of diebacks. I have 2 Evelyns. This one over here, which gets at least 8 hours of sunlight, and one over there. Both of them just have a lot of diebacks this year. So we'll see if it will make it to 2025 or how it will do in 2025. And the new roses that I added in the fall overall seems to be doing quite well. Have Over the Moon in there, Saint Cecilia, and Abraham Darby, which is heavy in black spot, which is to be expected because that's what I heard. That's why I didn't want to get it in my early years of growing roses. I was not ready to deal with roses with heavy black spot back then, but at this point, if it's going to perform well, just like Spirit of Freedom, even though heavy in black spot, then it's fine. Let's see who else in this area. Silas Manor is doing well. This is easily one of my most favorite David Austin too. The bloom's not big, but it blooms all year round. It is wonderful. We have Summer Climbing Rose. We have Spirit of Freedom. I have to put stuff up over here to block the dog from jumping into this raised bed, because the other day I sprinkled some eggshells and food scrap into the area. And also, if you are looking for information on how to care for your roses in a way that from a backyard gardener experience, I put together a lot of resources. I share what I have done in my garden all year round. You can check that out at rosesinhouston.com as well. There's plenty of articles, information that will be helpful for you. And like I said, this is Spirit of Freedom. It has new growths as well. And some blooms. That is a beautiful bloom. It drops a lot of foliages, but also have new growth here and there. And this rose is absolutely amazing. Blooms all year round. And this stem right here, as you can see, dropped most of the foliages, but the new one, all the new growths are sprouting all over the place. So some diebacks there, but not as bad as Evelyn's. And have Unforgettable over here. So this rose stay pretty much the same as far as size. I don't think that it will get much bigger. In the springtime, it is going to get more sunlight in this area. So I'm going to, and you should definitely check out the short section. I post a ton of new short video clips of Bliss and some other varieties that's been blooming. If you like the shorter form video, and this is Bliss, it gave me 6 huge, like gigantic blooms just the day after Christmas. Absolutely gorgeous. Like the blooms are huge when fully open, like bigger than that. See, that's another Evelyn. It's like having a lot of dieback and trying to these stems. Okay, and this is Majestic. And I no longer deadhead. If I have not mentioned that I stopped deadheading since November, but I still cut some flowers to enjoy here and there when I feel like it, because they are just too pretty not to bring them inside to enjoy and share with others. And this is Wicked Sister. This rose has not bloomed much, but overall it is doing good. It is thriving. I have Lady of the Mist. This year it doesn't bloom much at all, but it looks very healthy right now. It's not the healthiest rose, but right now it looks really good. Another Cecilia. I need to pick up the foliages. This one is heavier in black spot compared to the other one. Kind of interesting. And this is Love Song that I need to cut. See, there's dieback right here, which I need to cut before it spreads down. Spread further down. And Bordeaux, it has been blooming a ton. Right now I think it's slowed down. Definitely slowed down, but it has been doing so well, giving out gorgeous red blooms all over the place. I have Annick that used to be in this spot. Then I moved it here, and now it has a tons of zinnias, new baby plants popping, because I planted zinnias in the area last year. And this one I used to plant it with collard green, and collard green got so big to the point that competes with the eating the nutrients and compete. What I was saying is they are competing for nutrients, and that's why it doesn't grow that well. But now that collard green's gone, and I most likely will move the zinnia somewhere else, then that will give it time to recover and gain more strength. But so far looking great. It didn't bloom a whole lot this year, but hopefully next year it will. Have Violet Pride over here, looking very good overall. My Tinkerbell is slowing down, and the big surprise is Plum Perfect. Oh, and the exciting news is I will get a replacement. David Austin, I filled out claim form to get replacement on Desdemona that died, and Eustacia, can't pronounce that one, Eustacia Rose. Those two are beautiful roses. So this one is almost 5 years old, but it's died, and I was worried about Boscobel, because Boscobel, Desdemona, and Roald Dahl, they are the same age. I bought them at the same time, so that one is going to be 5 years old next year. And it, like, the cane just don't look very green, kind of yellowish in colors, and I thought it may not make it, but now seeing all the new growths, so we'll see how that goes. It even has a bud over there. It is such a beautiful rose. But back to Plum Perfect. So it has more buds and blooms out of nowhere. I didn't even realize until I look out the window. There's more buds up here too. Wow. And I saw, wow, there are a whole lot more than I realized, looking from this side. And look at all the beautiful new growth. It looks like it is going to give a really nice surprise flush in January if we don't have freeze. And look at this bloom. This is big. This looks amazing. So there are more up there. And I recently talked about Cordis rose, the German red rose, how I was not very impressed with Cordis roses in the first few years, because to me, in my experience, took them longer to establish in terms of health, vigor, because they black spot pretty bad for me for the first, I would say, 2 or 3 years. But after year 3, wow, they have become amazing roses. So I plan on adding more Cordis. I have 2 on my wish list, but the crazy thing is I end up wanting more climbing roses, but I don't really have room for them because they are like so big. It's going to take up a lot of space. And as far as the sunny spot area, running out, so I need to figure out how and where to plant them and what exactly I want. But of course I can't have too many climbing roses. They can get really big. In the spring I got Quicksilver, which has been growing really well. I mean, it has longer canes compared to the time that I first got it, and it has been growing really well. Right now it dropped a whole lot of foliages, and this one right here is Raspberry Cream Twirl, which is 4 years old because I planted in December of 2020. I don't think it is going to get much bigger in this, but this rose is so put on a huge show in the springtime. Top Cream and Prairie View Prince doing well. I hope that these 2 will put out more beautiful blooms next spring. So definitely stay tuned for the next part of the video to wrap up the year, and be sure to check out my latest blog post that I share about 4+ years of growing roses in hot and humid of Houston, Texas, if you would like to check that out. Before we end this video, I would like to share the beautiful messages that come with this necklace that I received on Christmas Day. And this is just to let those of you who have gone through really tough times in 2024. And it says, gentle yet a force of your own nature. You'll roam free and bring magic to the mundane. Wherever life plants you, trust in your journey and lean into your growth. For you, know that you need both the light and dark in order to bloom. And for all the difficult times that we have gone through this year, know that you are growing one day at a time and you will continue to grow. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Happy New Year.